battle it out for this prestigious title. And as you just heard, a trio of major championship invites as well. 72 holes of stroke play over the next 4 days. There'll be a cut at halfway to the top 50 and ties. My name's Kit Alexander, delighted to say I have an absolute legend of the game alongside me in the commentary box, Trish Johnson. Play got underway just over 3 hours ago, and it was Elise Barber who hit the opening tee shot.
First one on the tee from New Zealand, Elise Barber.
An incredible moment, just 13 years old, a member here at Royal Wellington as well. Defending champion Janeth Wong already out on the course as well, and Trish, she's made a hot start.
Yeah, she certainly has. This was her third shot into the fourth, the par 5. Already got to 2 under. That's an absolute beauty, and she would knock that in to get to 3 under. And then this was slightly out of position. Third shot to the par 4. Well, very nearly hold that as well. But got up and down for her par, going along very nicely, our defending champion.
That is the start she would have been dreaming of and hoping for. But it's Rianne Maliksi, 4 under par through 10. Started on the back 9. She eagled her first hole, the 10th, couple of birdies at 14 and 15 for the 2024 US Women's Amateur Champion, one of the stars in this incredible field. See the likes of Yunso Yang, finished in the top 5 last year, Ariana Lau, they'll be in our coverage today. We'll be picking up our live coverage down at the 6th, and this is a look at it, Trish.
Yeah, tough tee shot, trees on both sides to avoid, fairway cambers to the right hand side. And well, round about that landing zone there, about 270 is perfect. Just leaves you, the right side of the fairway is the way to come in. The green, well, it's quite a long green, it's 34 long. A couple of bunkers at the right hand side, nothing protecting the left hand side. And the pin today is just on the front left there, just 7 on, 5 from the left. Very inviting. I mean, it should only just be a little wedge in there today, so definite possibility of birdies, and you've got a nice little ledge behind it as well.
And Janeth Wong's done the first job. She's found the fairway. Nice looking angle as well here.
Yeah, just a little pitch shot, which she has played to perfection. Really has knocked it, inside 3 feet for birdie. Looks like she might be a tough one this week. Kit?
Yeah, no one has defended this championship title before, but she's got a chance. Yang now at the 7th.
Yeah, just from the right-hand side, that's a beauty as well. No more than 5 feet. Good opportunities, not a great deal of wind out there today. This course is there for the taking. It's in beautiful nick as well.
So you can see that's the Hutt River running alongside the course here. Lots of trees. Wellington officially the windiest city in the world, and that is going to be a factor, isn't it, that breeze this week, Trish?
Yeah, it definitely is. I was lucky enough to play here about 3 years ago with my brother when he was living in Wellington, and I tell you, when it gets going, that breeze, it definitely gets going. Little chip shot on the 6th hole for O, up the hill. Nicely played.
Well, we've got Hannah Ray Seifert out on the course for us today. She'll be following along with this match. Good afternoon, Hannah Ray.
Kia ora Kit, kia ora Trish. Beautiful day here in Wellington. Best day of the year, they say.
How breezy is it out there? We can just see the leaves rippling away nicely in the background.
Yeah, that's about all there is at the moment. It's very, very calm here, but the locals tell me that it will pick up this afternoon, so the girls are certainly making the most of it at the moment.
You had a chance to have a look at this birdie putt for Insa Choi, Hannah Ray?
Yeah, she navigated out of the trees very well. It was a bit of a restricted second shot in, but she's got this up the hill for birdie.
Just backing off that a little bit. Be positive up the hill.
One birdie, one bogey on the card for her so far today, so she will stay at level par. Is there much in
Denise
this
hit
one?
a strong 54 in here.
What you got left, Hannah Ray?
There's not much left on this at all, just over 3 feet here, and there's not a lot of movement in her, although she's certainly giving it a good look.
No problem whatsoever for Janeth Wong, and she joins Rianne Maliksi and Achiraya Sriwong at the top of the leaderboard at 4 under par. This is how she did it.
Yeah, beautiful approach shot. Really just carrying on from where she left off last year. Interesting, I think, Kit, that she's paired with Sumin Oh, the runner-up last year, so a bit of a needle maybe in that match.
Yin So Yang for her birdie. Yeah, she finished fourth, tied fourth last year. In fact, all of the top 5 from last year are back again. Not always something you get in the big amateur events with players turning professional, obviously, but all of the big hitters from last year returning. It's in fact a 4-way tie now. Pinghua Shea has joined the party at 4 under.
Ariana Lau, her second shot into the 7th hole. This 371 yard par 4. Yeah, another beauty. Left below the flag as well. Easy uphill putt.
Forward we go to the 8th. Tee moves quite a way up today. 142 yards this one's playing, and Anna Iwanaga's tee shot on its way.
Beauty, really peppering the flags out there, but as you can see, the flags are hardly moving, and it's about as good conditions as you're ever going to find.
Ella Skaysbrook representing the Aussie colours with her outfit today. Left a little bit of work to do with the putter there though. That's a look back from the fairway to the 7th tee.
Yeah, she's got a 5-wood and a 3-wood in the bag today. She typically gets her 3-wood out about just over 200 yards and her 5-wood about 190. So she'll be wanting to completely take any danger out of play here.
Straight down to the tee. The confidence is flowing for Janeth Wong.
Yeah, interesting as well. 2 gloves. I don't see many players use 2 gloves, do you? Well, I can only think of Aaron Rai.
Tommy Two Gloves Gainey from the PGA Tour back in the day, playing
Tommy
on the
Two Gloves
Champions Tour
Gainey,
now
of
as
course.
well.
Yeah, well, who could possibly forget that name?
She's lost that one a little bit right there. That's going to be quite an interesting shot into the green. She's going to have to navigate around a few trees there to have a look at a good birdie putt.
Fairway metal for Soo-Min Oh as well. Where is that going? Well, that's a long way left of the fairway, Trish.
Looks like it's up the tree. I hope for her sake it isn't. Well, this is a little look at the 7th hole. Par 4, playing 371 yards today. Slight dog leg to the right. Well, the second shot anyway. Perfect tee shot is just up that left-hand side. Landing zone at about 240 odds, something like that. You can get blocked out, as we've seen with Choi. If you're up the right-hand side, those huge trees can just block you out. The green's not protected by any bunkers, quite unusual, but everything falls off both sides. So unless you hit a perfect iron shot in here, you can end up way down in the bungie.
Skaysbrook to save her par, stay at 1 under on the 7th.
Yeah, just a little bit tentative there. Just came out of it just a fraction early. Just left that club face slightly open. Disappointing.
Forward to the 8th. And this is Chen for birdie. You can see a little bit of tear coming into play early in it.
Yeah, the green's not the quickest. I think it was 10, just 10.9 was it on the stimp? Not the little bit slow up the hill, that one. But because they're a little bit slow, if you like, this is a nice putt. This is one you can hit in at pace. Right centre. Yeah, beauty.
Yeah, nice birdie from Lau there. Just grabbed enough of that right edge to drop in. Now Yang for her birdie at the 8th. She's in red hot form. She's actually won her last 3 starts in World Amateur Golf Ranking events. That does date back to the tail end of last year, but still. Absolute Insa Chen. So not to be the birdie effort there for Chen. Back down to the 7th. You can just see there, Janeth Wong is right in the dead centre, almost on the cut of the 2 different coloured grasses, and somewhere behind those trees is Insa Choi. Soo-Min Oh, it looks like, is the first to play. Oh, a bit of ready golf here, Hannah Ray.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. I'm not actually sure who's about to play right now. Looks like Soo-Min wants to play, but it might be Janeth who's going to take the honour. She's got 123 yards to the pin.
Well, it's the lady in the fairway, Janeth Wong, who's going to pull the trigger first. It's another absolute beauty, and we are going to see quite a bit of ready golf this week from the players. It's something that the R&A are pushing, help keep up the pace of play.
"117 yards here for Suman.
Yeah, shame, just didn't quite get it up the slope. That's going to leave her a tricky putt, downwind as well.
I've got a sneaking suspicion we had 2 shots at the same time there. A couple came into the green.
There's ready golf and there's ready golf. That's a little bit silly, but never mind.
Well, they've all found the putting surface, which, bearing in mind a couple of them being out of position, I think they'll all take those second shots. Anna Iwanaga now. We saw a brilliant tee shot in here to the 8th. Yeah, she converts the birdie. It's a nice start from the 17-year-old from Japan, and this is how she set it up, Trish.
Yeah, 142 yards. Just a nice 9-iron. And look at that. Bang on line. Just a beautiful tee shot. Even left it below the hole.
And the lead now stands at 5 under par. It's Rianne Maliksi, Ping Hua Hie setting the standard at the top. Janeth Wong 4 under through 6. That's very, very impressive. A couple of Koreans in that tie for 5th. Remarkably, yet to have a Korean winner in this event in the previous 7 playings of it. Will that change this week?
Yeah, that's a remarkable stat when you think of world golf in general. Now down the hill, Yang's par putt. Tricky little one, this one. Oh, confidently hold that one. Well, about knock it straight in the back of the hole. No fear.
You hit putts like that when you're a teenager, don't you? You haven't quite got the scar tissue.
No. You wait. Give her. Well, I was going to say 20 years, but give her a couple of years.
Back to the 7th green with Hannah Ray.
There's a few tricky putts on this green for all 3 of them, really. Janeth's got the easiest of the lot with a little downhill putt, but Suman's certainly got to navigate what is the sole undulation on this green.
Well, a couple of them hit their second shots into this green simultaneously. I don't think we'll see any putts rolling at the same time here, though, Trish.
You'd like to think not, wouldn't you? Yeah, this is an interesting one, isn't it? We can just see. Well, it's going to go. Oh, hang on a second. You never know. This could be interesting.
I feel sorry for the cameramen out there. They don't know where to point.
Now, this isn't an easy putt. We saw from the graphic when she hit her second shot in here, there's quite a ridge to go up here, and once you get up there, it'll be slightly downhill, downwind as well. So this is all about pace. Anywhere within a foot or so. Good effort. Oh, that one needs to go, does it? No, she's go on. Yeah, just not quite the right pace, was it? I think she was a little bit worried about the last part of that.
A little bit of a tricky one here, downhill, bit of a double breaker. Quite a tricky one to read, but looks like she's got her line now, and she's talking to her local caddy to get the knowledge in there.
Yeah, so it looks about a 25-footer, this one. Outside birdie chance for Choi. Looks like it's going to break left to right, and then a little bit right to left at the end. Well, that's what she read as well. Both of us should have gone to Specsavers, I think.
Yeah.
She's certainly got less break to navigate than the others, but it's going to sneak down there as the greens have picked up their pace over the last few days with the sunshine and a bit of the breeze, but she's having a good look at it again now.
"21 years old now, Janeth Wong. 12 months ago when she won at 20, that made her the oldest winner of the 7 we've had so far. Just shows you it's a young woman's game out there.
Oh, a tad more pace. Do you know, she reminds me of Jasmine Swanapora. The way she sets up to the ball, she's got a very unique style. Putting as well. That's quite a compliment, I have to say.
No birdie there, but she will still be very happy with that start at 4 under par. Singh's second shot on its way to the 9th. And a lovely shot in from the left-handed Aussie Shaila Singh. Back to the 7th green. First up, Sumin Oh with her par putt came up, well, as you can see, a good 6 feet short with the birdie effort.
Yeah, we've seen this one, haven't we? Just wants to slide a fraction to the right-hand side. You've got to keep the pace up. Firm left centre. Yeah, good putt. Well done. That's a good 2-putt. Out of position off the tee, but got away with that.
1 birdie, 1 bogey for the Korean. As we said, top-ranked player in the field, 11th in the World Amateur Golf Rankings. And Choi, who's the top-ranked New Zealander home player in the field this week.
Yeah, the Aussies and the Kiwis have got the colours out there, haven't they? There's going to be some fierce competition going on.
Eight green, and Skaysbrook with her birdie putt. Just a touch shy of pace there. As you can see, scoring is very, very good early on round 1 of the Women's Amateur Asia Pacific at Royal Wellington in New Zealand. 5 under leads the way. And to be honest, this is when you want to be making your score looking at the weather forecast. It is likely that right now will be our best scoring conditions all week. Forecast to get a bit chillier, a bit windier over the weekend. And the players will know that, so a little bit of pressure to make hay while the sun shines, Trish.
Yeah, there's a slight under-exaggerate? No, lack of exaggeration there, wasn't there? Let's be honest. The weather could be quite horrific on Sunday. Ariana Lau, her birdie putt down the hill at 8. Don't think it's quite got the legs.
I was being glass half full. I'm trying to be optimistic.
You can be whatever you want. The fact of the matter is it's going to be howling winds and probably lashing rain.
Great approach from Singh, which we saw. Can she convert it here on the 9th? Get her back to level par for the tournament. Finishing up on the 8th green is Chen for her par.
Nicely hold.
Some beautiful mature woodland that this golf course weaves its way between. This is a stunning little par 3.
Yeah, it's a beauty. Only playing 142 yards today. It's a gorgeous little short hole, this one. You can see the green slopes left to right. Just one bunker on the left-hand side. Doesn't really come into play with it being so short today. That little brook on the right-hand side, and that tree could possibly, to a back right-hand pin, shouldn't come into play today, especially with the breeze blowing a fraction right to left. Generous pin position. Good birdie opportunity, this one, Kit.
Yeah, important to get that tee shot on the right tier, though. Already today we've seen some putts going up a tier come up a little bit short.
Yeah, this green is really tricky. The swale to the right of the green is really hard to see from the tee, but no doubt these girls have got all of that information in their books from playing a couple of practice rounds over the last couple of days.
Hannah, what's the temperature like out there today?
Plenty of sunscreen needed out here today, Trish. It is very warm out here. The breeze is picking up a little bit, so I imagine this impacted their club choice here.
What are they hitting?
I suspect this is an 8-iron for Janeth with a little bit of downwind.
A little bit left with that one, but a relatively straightforward chip to come.
Insa typically hits her 8-iron around 140, so it'll be interesting to see just how hard she wants to go at this one.
Yeah, you've only got about 3 yards to the right-hand side of this flag, and as Kit mentioned, you'd be down the swale, which leaves a very tricky putt. So left-hand side of this pin, maybe just a yard left of it, is perfect.
Well, a little bit further left than Wong, but a sensible miss. You could make an argument for Wong's chip being simpler than a putt from on the green, but right down in that swale. Sumino last to go in this group here on 8, and no one's found the putting surface yet.
Oh, I don't think that has either. I think that's the same way. Oh, just got gradually worse, unfortunately, those tee shots.
Well, she is fighting the big lefts at the moment off of the last 2 tees, so a lot of work to do to save her par. Iwanaga second into the 9th.
That's a cracking shot. There's a lot of club in there. 405 yards, but she's gone in with a rescue of some sort. I suppose it could be a 5 rescue or something. Depends how many wood she's got in her bag, but beautifully executed.
Chen. Oh, some really good shots in here. Second longest par 4 on the course this 9th, so no pushover, but you wouldn't know it looking at those 2 approaches.
Two cracking approaches. Can Yang follow those in? Perfect position. I think she's tugged that one a bit left. She certainly has. Stay up. It's okay.
Great views from the drone all week. That's the beautiful clubhouse here. A golf club with a lot of history, founded in 1895. This championship course that we're playing on, though, opened in 2013, so a relatively new addition.
Crowd certainly building around this feature group now, enjoying the 27 degrees Celsius out here at Royal Wellington. We've got people resting under the trees and walking behind the group, and fantastic local support out already, with plenty of members already out on the course on bags. Nearly 70 local caddies out on the course this week.
Yeah, over 350 volunteers helping to get this tournament on this week. People travelling from all over New Zealand to help out. Wonderful, wonderful to see. Not wonderful to see is this shot that Su Min Oh has left herself, though, Trish.
Yeah, it's not massively inviting, is it? How's she going to play it? Is she going to lob it all the way? She looks like that's the shot she wants to play. It looks like a kind of chip and run to me. Pitch it short and let it bang up there, but she's betwixt and between, I think, is what you would say there. I'm not sure she quite had it in her mind what she was trying to play.
She looks out of sorts, doesn't she? It's been a ragged start for her, and she's got to fix it while on the course, which is difficult because there's some big misses in there, up to Yun So Yang chipping at the 9th.
Not much of an easier shot for Insa here, but she's hopefully learned a thing or two from Sumins.
That little tear just made it get further and further away.
Janith's got a local caddy, as I was saying earlier, so she's hopefully getting some good advice from him on which ways these putts are going to break, and it certainly seems to be working so far today.
What do we think of the putter rather than chipping there, Trish?
I don't mind it, I've got to be honest. Just didn't really get the starting line right at all, did she? But I think she was close enough for a putt. Wanaga, her birdie putt after a rescue in here. Is she gonna? No, she's not. Just tugged it slightly left off the blade. Shame. Really good approach shot.
Oh, that's the way to do it, isn't it? That's the way to watch golf, chilling out under the shade of a tree, watching some of the best young female golfers in the world.
Yeah, that's well judged. Well played.
A nicely played chip, but it will be a dropped shot for Su Min Oh. Chen for her birdie at 9. She needs it at +2.
Straight up the hill here, might break a touch, but you wouldn't want to be giving the hole away too much, but she's certainly having a good look at it. I've got some locals here with me telling me all the reads from up above the 8th green, but I think a little bit left to right here.
It's a pretty slow one up the hill as well, so she'll need to commit to this.
Yeah, Kit, you hit the nail on the head there, just run out of pace. Pretty decent effort, but just moving further away from the leaders, and there's 3 of them now at 5 under, and you're 1 over par. All of a sudden, that's a long way back already.
So it's all been birdie chances really since we came on for Wong, but a bit of work to do to save her par here. Keep her within 1 shot of the early lead. First drop shot of the week for the defending champion. Janeth Wong drops her 2 off the lead, but 12 months ago, she was the lady who lifted the trophy.
Malaysia has its first champion at the Women's Amateur Asia Pacific. Janeth Wong, resolute, steadfast, unwavering. What a performance.
Oh, incredible celebrations as well. There are the last 6 champions: Yuka Yasuda, Mizuki Hashimoto, Tingshuan Huang, Ayla Galitsky, Chunwei Wu, and of course last year Janeth Wong. And the 2018 winner, who didn't quite make it onto that graphic, is the current world number 1.
Yeah, she's turned out all right, hasn't she?
Yes, Ataya Titikal won the inaugural edition of the Women's Amateur Asia Pacific. Ariana Lau's approach, just running off the back of the 9th green. First look at the 11th hole now with Sukterm.
Well, this really is a birdie opportunity today. He's just playing 118 yards, just a little wedge in hand to a front pin with no wind whatsoever. You'd like to think there'd be a bucket load of birdies on that hole today.
Big stick for Janeth Wong. She looks like she's in complete control of her long game at the moment. Just a slight miss on the previous hole, but aside from that, pretty much everything we've seen has gone where she wanted it.
Yeah, absolutely. As defending champion, you want to get off to a bit of a flyer, don't you? You want to feel that that lovely pressure of being the person that everybody's come to watch. And she's done exactly that. Now, this is a good-looking golf swing, but she's fighting the lefts at the moment. She loves that. She's given that a right wallop, isn't she? That's more like it. I do like that golf swing. That's strong.
Yeah, we said she needed to find a fix to those 2 big misses left off the tee the previous 2 holes, and she certainly did that. Yeah, wonderful support from the local community for this event, and this lady in particular. It's a cracker from Choi, one of 11 New Zealanders in the field here this week. Here's Sabrina Wong at the 10th, her third shot. It is a par 5, so she'll be wanting to get this one dancing around the flagstick. A little something like that.
Well, you called that one, didn't you?
Even the blind squirrel finds the odd nut, Trish.
Lau from the back of the 9th. Down the hill, little left to right. I'd given that a bit too much welly, but just couldn't quite take the break.
Back down to the 8th tee. That beautiful little par 3.
Oh, hang on, hang on, hang on. Sit, 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 sit. It did. Yep, that's okay. That's a good opportunity.
There's another little look at Lau. Ninth hole here. Bit of a bunker there on the left.
Yeah, 405 yards today. That bunker, well, it does come into play, to be fair. 223 yards because the green, the fairway sort of cambers right to left off the tee. Second shot, well, there's no bunkers, which is a very unusual thing to see, but everything runs off on this hole. And that back pin today makes it a little bit tricky. If you come up short of this hole, there's a massive, great big hollow just front left. I remember that because I was in it. Not the place to be, because you can't really judge your pitch shot very well at all.
Yeah, there's a big dip running through the centre of the green that you saw there as well, and if you're having to go from one side of that to the other, downhill, uphill again. We've seen a couple of absolutely cracking approaches in here to the 9th, but as we said, second longest par 4, it's not a pushover of a hole. You would more often than not take your 4 and happily make your way to the next tee. And the 10th is a par 5, so you're then moving to a scoring opportunity.
Yeah, I think it's that sort of golf course. I think there are little blocks of holes that you sort of look at and think, yeah, I'll take pars at them. And then there's a little few holes like 10, 11, 12. I think they're birdie opportunities.
It's a very tidy start for Lau. 3 birdies, no drop shots on the front 9. And Janeth Wong, this is the view she's got into this 9th, Hannah Ray.
Yeah, Janeth and her caddy Graham having a good conversation about this one. They're having to hit a longer iron in here today because the wind's definitely hurting off the right. But a tricky one because you really want to throw it up and make sure you get it back to where the pin is today.
It is going to be Wong to play first. P on her hat for Pepperdine, the university she attends in America.
Yeah, in her last year, so I would suggest she might be turning pro fairly shortly. Oh, she's hung that one out to the right. Is it going to come back enough? Not even close. Come on, come round, get lucky. Well, not the greatest shot, but it doesn't leave too difficult a chip shot.
Well, after a couple of ropey tee shots, Sumino found that left side of the fairway, so a chance to see her go from the short stuff here.
Ince with 155 yards here to the pin. So she's going to need a solidly struck 6-iron to get it all the way back.
It's a big old tee shot from Choi, to be fair, to get it down there.
Yeah, he got a good old bounce, didn't it? The first bounce was enormous. It's a good 20, 30 yards past Janeth Wong. And yeah, she could just hit that one way up in the air and get it to come down very softly. Nice birdie opportunity there. She needs it. Needs to get her skates on, make some birdies.
First look at Sophie Han on the 8th hole. Just settle. So another one to chip it long from left of that 8th green. Yang second into the par 5 10th.
Pretty good. Left herself straightforward. Just did not want to go in that bunker. Tell you, she got heart in mouth there. Please do not go in there.
I was thinking that was a nice little members bounce,
Yeah,
just hopping away from the
absolutely.
bunker. Prashnahorn. Oh, that is agonising.
Yeah, that's one of those that you just say, oh, come on, seriously? I couldn't do that if I tried.
30th in the world, Prim Prashnahorn, but just a single bogey on the card. No birdies yet. You can see changes at the top of the leaderboard. It's Gyu Bean Kim on her debut in this event. 5 under par through 12. Rianne Maliksi has dropped back to 4 under.
Looks like it'll be Janeth first to play here. Both have got tricky downhill chips. I thought they might consider putter here, but Janeth has pulled out a wedge. Greens are responsive enough to try and get some check. She's having another good look at it. Not surprising, because it's not the friendliest looking of tee shots. Chip shots, rather. Be a good tee shot.
Yeah, the lower angle of the camera there gives you a really good idea of the contours that she's dealing with.
Yeah, I think she's got to land this just short of the fringe and let it roll down. She's gone the big route. I'm not sure that was the play, to be honest.
Chuck An Lei, only Vietnamese player in the field. And as we've seen before on the 8th, short from right of the pin. Oh's third shot on its way, settle. Pretty good from
Yeah,
there.
good effort, wasn't it? Attacking. Had a chance, had a little look on the way past. Should knock that in.
So one birdie putt has been set up on this green. What's it going to do, Hannah Ray?
Trickly downhill, but nothing too dramatic here. Kit should come off the slope off the right, but is it a bit of an intersection of the green where we'll be making her think twice about it?
Yeah, Choi could do with finding a birdie just to get herself going a little bit. Of course, playing in front of her home fans, and that can add pressure on its own as well, Trish.
Yeah, it's a bit of both, isn't it? I think it's a wonderful thing to play in front of your home fans. Certainly gives you a massive boost knowing everybody's on your side, but also just that added pressure, wanting so badly to do well in front of your home fans. So yeah, some people can handle it better than others. All of these players are so young, of course. You know, they've all got to learn these added pressures that come with tournament golf, and of course the huge prizes that go with winning this tournament.
It's a great point you make. This is a learning curve. Every player in this field will be picking up so much just from being here and competing.
Beautiful, just on its last roll, but fantastically judged. That's more like it. Couple of birdies, couple of bogeys, but decent back nine, and she can keep herself in it. Look, you can see chuffed to bits there. Happy as Larry.
Janeth would have got a nice read here from her teammate Insa there, so hopefully she can do the double and do a repeat here of that. She's having another good look at it, but imagine again, we'll come off that slope on the left for her this time, very similar to what Insa's just moved.
One putt for her momentum here. Made her first bogey of the day on the previous hole on the 8th after that magnificent start. Doesn't want to go back to back.
And she won't. Really well holed. Excellent return putt there. Good up and down.
Well, the chip went a bit long. This is Sophie Hand's par putt back up the slope on 8. Excellent save. So she'll stay at level par. Similar line for Su Min Oh than Wong.
Nicely holed. Good up and down. Needs to get a bit of a shift on this back nine though. Time to make some birdies.
Sing Tong Chen for eagle here at 10, and she needs it at +2.
Yes, two decent hits today, 506 yards, maybe playing a fraction downwind, helping the players a little bit.
Nakashima, another one struggling over par and in need of some birdies here on the 8th tee. And she might find one after that tee shot. Yang for birdie at the par 5. You'd want something a little shorter than this.
Doesn't matter though, does it? Eh? Doesn't matter if it's a foot or 25 foot. She feels better at 25 foot than holding a foot putt, see?
Well, that must have been the range she wanted, because it found the bottom of the cup.
Gosh, she's given that a right wallop, and it was pulling up the whole time as well, just slightly into the breeze, maybe just up the slope, but beautifully judged.
Chen hopefully to just tidy up for her birdie. So she gets a shot back. That's how things are shaping up here. Day one of the Women's Amateur Asia Pacific at Royal Wellington. It's Rianne Maliksi, Gyu Bean Kim at 5 under par. Sojin Park tucked in there, looking to be the first Korean to win. Su Min Hong, who went well last year. Lots of different flags, as we mentioned, 25 nations represented this week. That is the most there has ever been in a women's amateur Asia Pacific. There have been 30 countries in total to have teed up prior to this year, and 2 new nations have been added, with Fiji and Mongolia making their debut. And that's so much of what this tournament and what the R&A do, is all about spreading the game, giving new opportunities and pathways to emerging nations.
Driver here. It's an exciting hole, this one. They were hitting up on each other yesterday and trying to get there in 2, and the wind's in their favour today, so let's see how they play it.
I get the feeling that Wong just stands up there and lashes every club. She looks like she swings her driver about the same as she swings her wedge, which is an interesting concept.
Might have those overhanging branches to deal with her second shot, though. Back down to the tee for the final player in this group.
Downwind, an opportunity to really set yourself up to be able to make birdie on the 10th today.
Wow, that's miles. Well, she really does wind up, doesn't she? She gives it an absolute rip, but I think also there's some firm ground out there.
And second at the 9th, just coming from a step into that first cut of rough. Oh, she's controlled that beautifully, though. Lau's laid up on 10, so this her third.
A little bit unlucky there, downwind. Would have expected that to release maybe another couple of yards, but played it nicely.
Uenaga on the tee at the short par 3 11th. A little conservative.
I was going to say almost sensible, just because that pin is obviously tucked on the left-hand side. You don't want to short-side yourself in that bunker. But yeah, maybe you're right.
Bryn Prashnahorn. It was a little lively.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? A few of the players having a little problem with the pace of the chipping. Seem to be, as soon as the ball gets anywhere near the hole, it's catching it a lot more speed than they are imagining at the moment. Maybe that breeze is just starting to firm the course up a fraction.
Stunning backdrops wherever you look here at Royal Wellington. Mature woodland, beautiful parkland layout. Our featured group on the par 5 10th.
Yeah, the start of the back 9, par 5, birdie opportunity. Drive up the right-hand side, but not too far up the right-hand side. That's perfect right there, that landing zone. About 250. Down breeze today, so give these players a little bit of hope. There's going to be a few players that can knock it on. It's just that bunker on the front there. We saw previously a player just come up to the left-hand side of that. You don't want to be knocking it in there, not with a back pin today. That's about a 30-40 yard bunker shot. That's not much fun. and it's quite deep. So opportunities today. We saw our leader, well, she's not our leader at the moment, but Maliksi make an eagle on her very first hole, which was her 10th today.
Joe, third at the 10th. Yeah, not the best from Shiwan Zhou. Just 16 years old, 21 in the World Amateur Golf Ranking. She's a player I've been really looking forward to see in action this year. Already 3 wins on the China LPGA at just 16.
Crazy stuff. Skaysbrook on 10 for birdie, putting from just off the fringe. She can fare a little better with the pace. Well, that's got a chance. Go on, keep going. Go on. Oof, unlucky. Good effort.
Brilliant approach that we saw from Han into birdie at 9. Can she make the birdie she deserves? Seen a couple of players just over borrow on that side from long of the hole.
Yeah, just playing it too far out, aren't they? And there's something there that they're seeing that just isn't there. Shame. Really good approach shot. Level par. So-so in the conditions, really. Today's the scoring day. No two ways about that.
It wasn't a great chip from Joe, but all will be forgiven if this one heads south. And it does. As well as those 3 wins on the China LPGA, she also has a tied 11th finish on the LPGA Tour. And a second birdie of the day for her gets her back to 1 over.
Yeah, Janika's got 6 iron here under the trees.
Well executed. Put herself straight back into a decent position on this par 5, 10th hole. Every chance of knocking that inside, well, you'd like to think inside 8 feet at the most.
Par putt for Lau, little fist pump as well. Do not want to be dropping shots on the par 5s at any time, especially in the pretty good scoring conditions today.
Bit early for a fist pump though.
Bit of self-motivation never goes amiss.
No fist pumps on the first day. You can't be having that.
Wow, look at this one. Pretty much the longest putt we've seen today for Chen. It is a birdie putt, but she'd bite your hands off down in 2 from here.
Well,
having said that,
yes, indeed. I want to know how she got there. It's only 140 yards. How on earth do you end up on that back tier? I think that caddy could be in all sorts of trouble myself.
Oh, hit an absolute monster drive down and just hang on. Yeah, not a bad result for the second.
That's a huge drive. Just an iron in there. Mind you, it did get an enormous bounce.
So much on the line this week. There you can see what you will get as the champion. Those 3 major invites. The AIG Women's Open Chevron Championship, Amundi Evian Championship in France, the Augusta National Women's Amateur, a couple of pro events as well in the Hana Financial Group Championship and the ISPS HANDA Women's Australian Open, and topping it all off with a trip to the 123rd Women's Amateur played at Muirfield this year. I mean, that's a pretty good year of golf.
It's extraordinary, it really is. When you think how far the amateur game has come, and I have to say, massive, massive congratulations to the RNA for this. Well, there. Sorry, we'll just go back to Janine Wong. Her birdie opportunity at the 4th. That will get her to 3 under par. Out of position on the 5th. No problem. Lob it up in the air, nearly hole it. Make her par.
Yeah, she was so fast out of the blocks, the defending champion. This was her approach into 6. Another beauty which she would convert. That got her to 4 under through 6. Then things got a little bit trickier. She dropped a shot on 8. Hold that gritty par save on 9 though, to avoid back-to-back drop shots.
Yeah, just saying what a great initiative this was from the RNA, and those prizes, quite, all I can say is they are outstanding, and for a young player to play in 3 major championships that the pros play in, and they are stormers as well. Royal Wellington and St Anne's this year for the AIG Women's Open, which is some golf course, that's for sure. Georgia Hall won there, I think, the last time we played that.
Yeah, needed to land that short downwind. Well, I said it was a little bit of a conservative tee shot for Iwanaga at 11. And it was definitely a conservative putt.
Oh, perfect position. Into Choi, 3rd shot to 10. Now that wind has just foxed them, hasn't it? They're just not judging it, pitching it all the way up to the flag. Downwind, it's never coming backwards, is it? Unfortunately.
Certainly seems to be picking up. Hannah Ray, is that how it feels down there? I think we might have lost Hannah Ray, unfortunately. Maybe that wind is playing havoc with the technology out there. But it is certainly starting to freshen, and it's a great point. Hannah Ray did mention it earlier that the greens have dried out through this week with the little bit of breeze we've had. We've had some lovely weather, and as much as the players do their prep work, you have to adapt and learn what the course is doing and how it's changing as a week unfolds.
Yeah, and also literally in the space of a few hours, you know, it can firm up considerably, especially if the breeze gets up for a bit. And yeah, you have to, you know, learn very, very quickly while you're on the job, basically.
Hannah Ray, are you back with us? She's still not there. Where's she gone? Check the ice cream vans.
Yeah, I was going to say, 27 degrees,
course.
I know where I'd be.
You referenced it, Trish, but we are seeing a few little issues with the chip shots around the greens.
Yeah, we're seeing lots of good approach shots, but chipping is leaving a little bit to be desired at the moment. Ariana Lau, having made birdie at the 10th hole, this is her approach to the short 11th. Oh, that would have looked good as well, straight over the top of it, just a little bit long. Another opportunity to get within one of the lead, though.
Yeah, back down to that 10th green. And our defending champion, Wong. We've seen a bit of a mix from her from off the greens. One chip, one putter. Flat stick here, Trish.
Yeah, she's got, what, maybe 2-3 feet before the putting surface. I can see this isn't a bad play. Quite a bit of a ridge to go up there, though, as you can see. It's interesting, isn't it, when you get that lovely behind the player vision, you notice how much the green slope. You can't really see that from the above view at all.
They're certainly all having a good look at these shots. Like you say, there's a lot going on these greens, so there's plenty to consider.
Yeah, that was better. And lovely to have Hannah Ray back with us. Reports of the ice cream were unconfirmed. I might have thrown her under the bus there.
I think you can be spot on, personally. This is such a good opportunity for a birdie. This front left pin, there you go, that's more like it. Sit down, beauty, absolute beauty.
They're certainly having a good look at these. She can take a read of the speed. Sorry, take a look at the speed from the others that she's seen.
Just grabs enough of it, Trish.
Licked its lips, I think we say there, don't we? That's, doesn't matter how, it's how many. But she will be a very relieved young lady.
And it is a birdie to start her back nine.
Especially when you had an iron in as well. You'd be gutted, wouldn't you, not to make birdie on a par 5 with just a flick of an iron.
Yeah, Wong, of course, had to punch her second shot out from under the trees on the right-hand side of the fairway. Let her third shot just release over the back of the green downwind. So, again, grinding for a par, as we've seen a little bit on the last few holes.
Yeah, very tentative that one, wasn't it? That was a bit of a shocker. Well, she will not be in a good mood coming off that green, making 6 there.
Allow for birdie to get within one of the lead. Never looked anywhere else.
I think we had arms aloft there, and the ball still had a couple of feet to go, but never looked. You bang on, Kit. Middle for diddle, that one, wasn't it? Beauty. Left the flag in, which I always think is still very weird, but there you go. Okay, she can punch the air now. Yeah. Give her that. She's very near the lead.
Well, we'll go forward to the 12th, and Chen's approach is on its way. Birdie opportunity to come for her.
Joel's birdie putt after a lovely approach. Keep the pace up left to right. She just didn't start it far enough left. What a shame. Deserved a little bit better, that one.
Beautiful part of the golf course here for Suman's tee shot in to 11. Front pin.
Safely aboard.
They're just needing a safe middle front shot here. You just don't want to bring the bunker in the left onto the play. It's not worth it here. Don't want to short side yourself. I think Insa is now taking the tee, ready to hit into 11.
Yeah, 118 yards this one. Just a lovely little wedge in hand. A yard? No, from 118. A foot to the right hand side, really, of this pin is what you're looking for. Has that gone a little bit left? Oh, good job she had plenty of club.
Janeth typically hits her 48 degree around 115 yards. So I suspect she's looking at throwing that in there this afternoon.
It's a little bit downwind, and that helped her find the extra little bit. So 3 birdie putts to come here at the par 3 11th. Now got a long par putt, and that's not in the hole for bogey either. So a couple under par, she'll be dropping at least one there. It's the Hutt River meandering its way alongside the golf course. A truly spectacular part of the world. A lot of Lord of the Rings, of course, filmed in New Zealand.
There is, and actually my brother lives in a place called Matamata, and that's where they filmed The Hobbit. Hobbiton is in Matamata.
Chen's birdie putt at 12.
Yeah, beautifully judged.
Look at the aerial view of the 11th, where all 3 of our featured group have found the putting surface.
Yeah, it's an inviting green, this one, for just for a short iron. Bunker on the left-hand side there is the only thing really, any problem whatsoever. I mean, that pin today, yeah, it's tucked front left, so that bunker may come into play. But as I said before, with a wedge, really shouldn't do. And you can just hit it a couple of yards behind. You've got a little ridge there at the back that will bring the ball back as well. Tiny little bit downwind today, so makes it a little bit possibly trickier, but very, very good birdie opportunity. And there's been plenty already on this 11th hole today.
Janeth's got to navigate the ridge in the middle of the green here at 11. It's definitely going to swing right to left, and certainly will pick up some pace early on in the putt because she is navigating it down the hill here.
So Wong with a birdie look to get momentum back on her side. Ooh, yeah, one of 5 holes playing under its par so far today. 2 of those are par 3s, which is rather unusual, but Wong has left herself a lot of work to save her par there. Yun So Yang up ahead to the 12th to move to 4 under par.
It's a good looking birdie. Good looking putting stroke that. Strong player, this girl. Will definitely be in contention come Sunday.
Ince's putt's really interesting here. It looks quite downhill from the angle that she would have walked around it from the back, but when you're standing at the side of the green, it actually flattens out quite a lot, so you don't want to be too shy coming into this putt. She's certainly having a good look at it now from all angles, so hopefully she can pick that up, that she doesn't want to teeter it down there too much.
Yeah, it looks like it's sort of downhill to begin with and then maybe just a fraction uphill towards the hole. So maybe you can be fairly aggressive with this. I never really got it started online. Not easy to read, as Hannah Ray said.
This is another tricky one to read, Trish. It looks like it could go either way from where I'm standing, which is just behind Suman at the moment. But certainly the easiest birdie putt of the 3 that they've had, but maybe a little bit right to left off that slope that we've talked about.
Yeah, Hannah Ray, these greens in general are quite tricky to read, wouldn't you say?
They are very hard to read, that's exactly right. And I hope the girls are certainly making the most of having the local caddies out, because from the ones that I've heard giving their opinions around the greens, they've been right every time.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. Having a local caddy really can help, especially reading the greens. Sometimes you get the odd one that thinks they know a little bit more than maybe they should, but in general, they're a real godsend. Well, that's a good looking putt. Stay up. Just not quite enough pace. What a good effort though.
Hans knocked a second shot green side at 10. Eagle effort on its way.
Cracking effort, couple more rolls. She would have had a nice little eagle there, but she'd be pretty chuffed with that.
Oh, this is a proper tester for Wong. To avoid the bogey start to the back 9. That's 3 drop shots in the last 4 holes for her after that electric start.
Yeah, she really needs to get back on track very, very quickly.
Three-way tie at the lead. Rianne Maliksi, Gubin Kim and Ariana Lau. Jazzy Roberts, who was top 5 last year, is up there in contention once again. And there you can see Janeeth Wong slips down to 1 under par. Well, before the tournament got underway, a few of the players got out and about in Wellington to see some of the sights. The famous big shiny Wellington sign, not quite as shiny as the trophy though. Plenty of selfies out there, Trish.
Yeah, fantastic city, it really is. It is a buzzing city. Stayed there for a week a couple of years ago, had a great time. There's also a test cricket ground there as well, just literally down from the water. Went all the way to New Zealand to watch Michael McIntyre in concert. How about that? Worth every second as well. So, what a funny man he is.
Rachel Lee, birdie across the green here at the 10th. One over par for the day, and that's where she'll stay. Sumino on the tee at 12. Can she unleash another monster?
Well, we've turned the corner into the 12th and the wind has considerably picked up, and we've got around the other side of what is a big Kahikatea bush section of the golf course. But for the toughest driving hole on the course, they've now got the wind to contend with.
Can Insa Choi join O in the fairway? Hang on.
Janeth is going to want to get a good drive out here to try and pick back up their momentum after the last few holes. A tricky hole to do it on, but given the way she's been striking it throughout the week and recently, I'm sure she will get back on track.
We seem to like that one. Picked the tee up swift enough, didn't she? Yeah, that's a beauty.
And that left-hand side gives a preferable angle into the green as well. Sophie Han at the 11th tee into that front left pin.
Yeah, that's a beauty. Really can see beautiful strike. Just had a little bit of check on it after its first bounce.
Tied leader Ariana Lau. So this would give her solo possession of the top spot. Good effort.
Yes, a tough driving hole, number 12, particularly narrow fairway, opens up the further you hit it. Left-hand side is no good whatsoever. But the trouble with it is if you're on the right-hand side, that bunker you can see up by the green, well, it runs the whole length of the green. So it kind of runs at a 45-degree angle, this green. So you want to come in from the left. You want to hug the left side off the tee. The pin today is, I will tell you what it is in a second. It's 12 on. It's just 4 from the left-hand side. So the bunker doesn't really come into play. Cracking hole, though.
Jo at the 12th to get herself back to level par for the championship. Well, not the round Prim Prashnahorn was looking for so far. Oh, Well, she nearly got back to level par with a slam dunk there.
She really did. That must have looked amazing from the tee. All over it, wasn't it? It just literally, was it right behind it? Oh, bang on line.
Maybe a foot long.
Yeah, about that. Just about that.
Oh, long par putt left for Skaysbrook at 12.
All very similar length drives for these girls as Insa gets ready to hit with the pin tucked left. The sneaky pot bunker just left of the green is certainly one to watch here. Janeth with 135 yards here, typically a 9-iron for her, but with the wind, slightly more today.
Looks long and left, this one. Yeah. Way left. Wow. From 135 yards. Ouch. That's got some movement on it. She's left some real work to do to get up and down from there. It's all falling to pieces a little bit for our defending champion just at the moment.
Yeah, she's really got to dig in at this point. We saw Su Min Oh with a few wild shots earlier and she's managed to get it back under control. That's what Wong has to do right now. And a great position to attack this flag for Oh.
Looks good, really good looking swing. It's funny, you see these players and they always remind you of LPGA players, and she reminds me of Amy Yang, and that is but with a bit more speed. Very impressive.
There's Insa Choi. We spoke to a few of the players, including her, at the start of the week about their ambitions.
My name is Insa Choi and I want to be on the LPGA Tour later in a couple of years.
I'm Gia Kataria and one day I want to play on the LPGA and be able to travel to places like I am this week.
Hi, I'm Rian Maliksi and my dream is to be the world #1 and be the best Filipino golfer.
Hi everyone, my name is Ziyu Fong and I think the biggest goal that I have right now is to learn how to understand people better each day, just as I'm trying to understand my golfer better each day.
Hi, I'm Nisha Ganpai and I wanted to play in the LPGA and then continue the legacies to younger girls.
Hi, my name is Tanana Kochisamani. It's quite a long name. You can call me TK. My goal for golf is to be a gold medalist for the Olympics.
Hi, I'm Sabrina Wong and in the future I hope to be an LPGA professional golfer.
Hi, my name is Faith Bui and one day I want to be the best in the world.
One interesting answer from Ziyu Feng there. Understandably, all the other girls going towards golfing ambitions, and she was talking about understanding people better.
Understanding people better and understanding her golf game better. I think it all kind of goes hand in hand. But yes, a lot of these girls, we've looked through their bios, Kit, and so many of them very interesting answers to questions and very deep answers at that. Very impressed with their level of maturity, to say the very least.
This is a very tough chip shot here for Wong. You can't even see any green from where she's having to hit from. Tight lie.
Well, electing to bump it into the bank, which is what you were seeing, Trish, but so difficult to judge those.
Yeah, it's really difficult. She just had to get it almost on top of the ridge and just let it fall down, and understandably didn't want to take that chance and just, yeah, got it really running.
Well, it nearly went in on the fly. But it does go in with the putt for Prim Prashnahorn. First birdie of the day for the tie player. Last year, first time in this tournament's history, there hasn't been a tie player in the top 3.
Yeah. Now Young's birdie putt. This for a share of the lead. Bingo. Absolute beauty.
And that makes it a quintet at the top at 5 under par. 3 of them Koreans. So back we go to the 12th green. It's probably going to be Wong to play first, with a significant putt from one side of the green to the other for her par. We were talking about the 3 majors you get into earlier. Of course, she played in them last year. A couple of miscuts at the Chevron and the Amundi Evian, but made the weekend at the AIG Women's Open and got to play with one of her heroes growing up, Yani Seng.
Wow, Yani Seng, who's on the comeback, I have to say, after 11 years, won on the LET, which was unbelievable to see. Yani Seng, world number 1 when I was playing. So, never give up, I think, is the left-handed. Putt's left-handed now. I mean, it's an extraordinary story.
Sophie Han for her birdie on 11. Oh, brilliant. Well, you mentioned some of the mature answers that we were getting from players earlier in the week as well, and Sophie Han's a bit of a philosopher. She said, 18 holes of golf are like a microcosm of life, full of unpredictable ups and downs and challenges.
Pretty sure at 18, microcosm would not have been one of the words that I would have come out with. I'm pretty sure it wasn't, but yeah, she's an extraordinary player. I have to say, I like her game. She looks really strong.
As does Su Min Oh, coming alive a little bit at the start of this back 9.
Yeah, good to see, especially a young player like that that's really struggling. Around about 7-8, the ball was just going straight left off every club, but all of a sudden she's now managed to get it all back together, and suddenly, golf's such a mad game, isn't it? She's gone from having no confidence to just a bucket load of confidence, and then everything changes.
Choi gave it a run, but she might be ruining it now. Knee knocker to come back. One of our tied leaders, Ariana Lau, second into 13. Bit of metal in hand.
Old school setup, hands quite low, like that. Cracking shot as well. Judged that to perfection. Friendly little pin that. You got plenty of room all the way around it. Everything's going to feed back down to the flag.
And here is that par putt for Choi.
She's wrapped that in. Plenty of confidence with those short putts. I think she's enjoying playing in her home country. Nice to have the spotlight on you sometimes.
So bogey putt for Wong from just a couple of feet, maybe even just 18 inches, but it will continue an unwanted record of dropped shots in the last few holes. And from 4 under par through 6 holes, through 12, she's back to level. And that puts her 5 shots out of the lead, which is jointly held by Sojin Park, Rian Maliksi, Gyubin Kim, Yun So Yang and Ariana Lau. Sri Wong and Roberts just a shot back. Ariana Lau, an interesting one. She left Northwestern University over in the States in the fall, preparing to turn pro, but hasn't done it just yet.
You've got a theory, haven't you?
I've got a theory.
Go on,
she
tell us your
wants to
theory.
win this and then get all of those incredible invites and starts that we've already spoken about. Because what a way to get a burgeoning professional career underway. You play in those as an amateur, then you turn pro and hit the ground running.
I think you're a genius. Absolute genius. And if she doesn't win this, what do we reckon?
Potentially weeks or days until she turns professional. And here she is with a birdie putt coming on 13.
Yeah, 372 yards this hole today. And as I said, extremely friendly pin. You can, well, you've probably got 15 feet all the way around it that you can hit it left or right, and it's all going to feed back down to that flag. Now this to take the lead. This for a third birdie in 4 holes. Massive amount of break, maybe a fraction left to right. Oh, another beauty.
That's brilliant. She's an incredibly hard worker off the golf course as well. Getting her rewards on it. That's Choi's drive on its way at 13. We didn't see Soo Min Oh. Hannah Ray, where's her tee shot gone?
Suman has hit another fantastic drive. Left edge of the fairway will have a fantastic angle into the green. Another massive drive from her.
Straight down for the tee again, Wong. Just trickled into that first cut of rough over on the left-hand side. Now the winner and runner-up of last year's event striding out. Yun So Yang, one of the players at 5 under. Into 14 here.
Yeah, just a short par 4 this one. Only 315 yards.
Sophie Han coming out of the rough at 12. It's pretty nicely controlled.
Powerful looking golf swing, that one.
Oh, a bit of fly fishing, horse riding. I know which one of those I'd rather be doing, and it doesn't involve a big thing with 4 legs.
Well, I was just about I'm the complete opposite. I can't think of anything worse than fishing.
I love a bit of fishing.
Oh, can't stand it. Gotta be honest. Sorry.
I think those riders were missing a trick. You could easily get a cast with a fly rod into the river from alongside it on horseback.
Oh, you do the two for the price of one. Absolutely, great idea.
Keeps your feet dry as well. Ting Tong Chen. Birdie try for her at 14.
Just run out of pace up the hill. Either got to hit it a fraction harder or let it take a bit of a break.
And this is the 13th. A little bit of a dog leg to the right.
Yeah, it's just that bunker on the right-hand side up there that you want to avoid. No real other trouble. I mean, those trees on the left-hand side are pretty heavy, but you'll find your ball, that's for sure. So yeah, round about that landing area for most of these players as well, 245, so a little bit tricky. There's a pronounced dip just short of this green. It doesn't really show you on that graphic, but believe you me, it is there. Generous portion of the green, and that pin today is as friendly as you're going to find, that's for sure.
Janeth has just trickled off the fairway to the left, as you can see, but the ball's sitting absolutely fine to still be able to attack what is a very friendly pin. Insa now hitting her shot from the bunker. Friendly enough lie here for her to still attack this friendly pin today.
Yeah, that's well judged, well played. You can see how she can get a touch of the lefts going, looking at that left-hand grip. I don't think I've seen a stronger left-hand grip than that in a long, long time. And you've got to make sure with that that the club face doesn't turn over, which it's doing a little bit at the moment.
Oh, it's another beast off the tee from O. Look at that, it just looks like a bit of a flick. Wonder if she'll throw this past the flag and get it working its way back on that slope.
Well, I'm not sure if that's exactly what she meant. I don't think it was, but it's worked out to perfection, and it's even left her with the uphill putt as well.
Yeah, not quite how she'd have drawn it up, but she doesn't want it back, that's for sure. Han for 3 red numbers on the bounce. And in it goes for the young philosopher.
She's finding a bit of form, is she not? Just in the right part of the course as well. Look at that. Birdie, 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 10, 11, 12. I did say 10, 11, 12 were fairly decent chances, but I didn't expect 3 on the trot.
Yang for a share of the lead at 14. Down to 12, Prim Prashana Horn. Could do with getting something going and getting back to level par.
Ask and you shall receive, Kit. That's back-to-back birdies, I think. She doesn't look too chuffed with life, does she? I don't think she's one to show too many emotions.
Well, she's fighting back really well after a ho-hum start.
Lots more people now arriving, and with their families, with their friends, to come out and support what is some fantastic golf that we're seeing out here. "35-yard pitch shot here."
She is making extremely hard work of what should be a pretty accessible pin position, and has been for most other players. Hannah Ray, what's Janeth Wong's body language been like? Obviously, she got off to that hot start, struggling a bit now, does have this birdie opportunity. Has she kept her head up?
Yeah, she's not giving much away, Kit. She seems pretty mellow, just going about her business, sticking to the process, it looks like, not giving too many emotions away.
I love that. I'd be livid. I don't know about you, Hannah Ray, but I would be livid at this stage of the game. I'd be giving plenty of emotions away.
I'd be fuming, Trish. I'd be with you.
We always get told a nice even keel mentally is the best way to play the game, but
never, no, not in my opinion.
It's not as much fun, is it?
No,
we like seeing the emotions.
Gotta have some emotion.
Well, the pin is out for Choi. So does she fancy it? It would be an interesting way to save her par on this hole.
Yeah, it's going to break a little bit left to right. So she's got to get this just starting fraction left of the hole. Oh, she's got it. Go on. Oh, unlucky. Good effort.
Unfortunately, it will be a bogey for the Kiwi. Look back to the 15th tee and Yun So Yang. No drop shots on the card for Yang. 3 birdies in her last 5 holes, and she's in the short stuff again.
This putt will pick up some pace early on, so it's going to be all about the speed here.
Yeah, we were privy to know that was pretty much left centre putt. Couldn't start it outside the right, but we'd seen previous putts from there. She was not to know that, of course. Shane would have liked to have just notched one back there after a pretty horrendous sort of hour and 10 minutes. It's amazing how many times you just suddenly turn around and say, oh, can I just do that again? Because I didn't mean any of that. Let me just have a quick reset. Unfortunately, golfing gods as they are, that'll be a no.
Oh, leaves herself under the hole. Can be bold with this one. I have to admit, I expected that one to go in.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, disappointing after that approach shot. I think she hit it where she wanted to. Can't quite believe that's done what it has.
Wow, second at 14, this shortish par 4. Will it be a problem coming out of that first cut for her?
Well, I'd like to say she's judged that to perfection, but I think might be slightly more on the side of luck than judgment, but nonetheless now it's a beauty and a great birdie opportunity. It's amazing, isn't it, how you get that sort of luck when everything, you know, is going for you. It's the weirdest game in the world, golf.
This is a 3rd shot for Ella Skaysbrook after finding a bunker off the tee. Well, a lot of work for Ella Skaysbrook to save her par. We caught up with her earlier this week.
I'm Ella Skaysbrook and I'm from Australia. Probably driver, I would say. I use 1-4 golf balls when I play. I don't know if this is a special talent, but I used to be a really good dancer. I used to do like fizzy, hip hop, ballet when I was really young, but that wasn't really my thing, but yeah. Hana Green. She's Aussie, but yeah, I just really like what she's all about. I like how she is on the golf course, just in general, yeah. Definitely LPGA and #1 in the world. I like Mexican up there, or any type of Asian food. Definitely the team, being away with the team, just because it is an individual sport, being away with the team is definitely up there with experiences, so yeah, it's something different, which is always good. I feel like I haven't really thought about that. Definitely I'd celebrate here with the team, and when I went home with family, friends, definitely be a big achievement, so something to celebrate well, yeah.
And back to the 14th tee. We've seen some stupendous tee shots from Soo Min Oh so far today.
If she catches one, she won't be far short on this hole. It's only 315 today.
Yeah, it's the one par 4 that really can potentially be drivable, and it looked like she was definitely going for it there.
The hole of temptation, and they look like they're going for it today. Thought there'd be more layups on this hole, but they've all got driver.
Hannah Ray, where did O's tee shot finish? We didn't see the end of it.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Kit. It was leaking a little right. I suspect it's safe. Could have snuck onto the green, I think.
Well, you might have seen a ball on the green there as that camera panned back, and that is where O is, so we will have an eagle putt. Oh, that's loose down the right-hand side. It's a penalty area, but it's dry. She'll be able to play it from there. It should be okay. You mentioned the grip, Trish. Obviously, Janith has achieved a lot at the amateur level, winning this, of course, last year. Do you think that's something she might need to address if she's looking to move into professional ranks, or would you just ride with it?
Very difficult question to answer that. As we just see Yang, and we'll go back to that. Beautiful looking swing. Much more straight up and down. Look at that great shot. Honestly, Kit, I think that's obviously something she's been brought up with. I think she will be a streaky golfer. She's definitely that type. I don't think you can be a consistent golfer with that type of setup, but she certainly, when she's on, she looks phenomenal.
Sophie Hand second at 13.
Fraction unlucky that. All over the flag again. Now Ariana Lau, this to get to 7 under. And I think we might see another fist pump if that one goes in. No, oh, remarkable.
There you go, she is on fire. What a beautiful scorecard. That is 7 birdies, no drop shots, and that gives her a 2-shot lead. Well, we've seen some wonderful golf today. This was defending champion Janith Wong, her second shot into the 6th. Stood to attention by the hole. She converted that to get to 4 under through 6, but it was a bit more of a battle after that.
Choi's birdie putt. This to get back to level par after the 9th hole. Just had enough on it.
Top ranked player in the field and runner-up last year, Soo Min Oh. Bit of a sticky start, but she's playing well on the back 9. This one found the bottom of the cup for birdie on 12.
And this was Yang's approach shot to the 13th from the perfect position. Yeah, beauty. Generous pin position today, lots of birdies, and that will be another one.
But it's this lady, Ariana Lau, who has the lead as we speak. She's 2 under par at this point, and then that one got her to 3 under at the 7th.
This was her birdie putt at 11, and it was never missing, was it, from the moment she hit it?
She's added pickups at 13 and 14 as well, so 7 under par.
More trouble for our defending champ here on 14. She's got a signage board situation as well as a hazard. So she's found herself on the right-hand side of 14 and now having to decide how to navigate out of the situation.
Well, surely she'll get a drop from that, Hannah Ray, will she not? Or it's immovable obstruction, it's one or the other.
I suspect so. The referee's there, so she thinks she's surveying her options at the moment. Hasn't talked a lot to the referee yet.
By the look of her lie, I bet she's thinking she hopes she gets a drop and it's not a movable obstruction.
It was a nice tee shot for Insa Choi, a little flick in with the wedge. Yeah, a little bit of a pull from that range.
After that lovely approach, this is Yang's birdie putt at the 15th. Down the hill, right to left. Beautifully judged.
4 birdies in the first 6 holes of the back 9, and she goes to 6 under par. Han looking for 4 in a row. Oh, she had the line as well at 13. Just took a little bobble coming out of the fairway grass.
Lau's drive at the 15th. Decent par 4 this one, 413 yards today. Just needs to hold up there, should be okay.
So back to Wong, and it looks like it is the sign being moved.
Well, it is in fact a movable obstruction, given they have just lifted it out of the way for her.
What can she do from this lie? Has she got any hope of getting it close?
I'd say there's always hope, Kit. It's pretty buried, but there is, you know, she's got a lot of green to try and do something with it, but it's certainly not the prettiest lie you've ever seen.
I'm definitely commentating with 2 glass half full people here.
She's got plenty of green to work with as well, even though it is downwind. Just so hard to predict what it's going to do.
Made even harder as well. This left-hand grip that she's got, very, very strong. And she's gonna, this grass wants to turn this club over. She's really got to hold on to this so hard with that left hand. You can see just the moment it comes in, it just wants to turn the club face over.
It's a great call from Trish, so once again an uphill battle for Wong just to save a par.
Another massive drive from Suman here and giving herself a chance at an eagle. Certainly have plenty of work to do for it. She's got to navigate what is a complicated green here at 14, but she's found herself in the middle of the two shoulders of either side of the green.
Certainly a player who knows how to get the job done when she gets into contention. 3 wins last year, 5 wins in 2024. A plethora of top 3s and top 10s as well. That is why she's the number 11 ranked women's amateur in the world. A great chance to take a step or two closer to the lead here.
Plenty left in that one.
Yang at 16, the last of the par 3s. Red hot on the back 9.
Yeah, pretty decent. That's a tough pin today. 155 yards this hole. And it's just up on that little ledge. Not easy to keep it up that left side.
Lau playing into the 15th.
Bit skew-if. It's a strange one that's come out of nowhere, really.
I've obviously played too much golf in Scotland because there's no way I'd be pulling out a wedge for this, but she has, and she's got a bit of fringe to navigate, and it will release quite quickly when it lands on the green. She may choose to use the fringe a little bit more before it releases out.
That's a beautiful shot. Played to perfection, judged it perfectly. Really impressed with that.
How much movement is there in this birdie putt for... Oh, it's Choi to go
yeah,
first.
there's quite a lot of movement left to right. Oh, yeah, Insa's having a look at her putt now. This is going to move quite a lot left to right, and it's going to be quite slippery off this slope, I think.
So Choi to get back to level par. Not to be, so an aggressive play off the tee, but no reward for it. I was a little bit premature on looking at the Sumin O birdie putt, but now we can see what she's got left.
Not a lot left in this one for Suman. Can hit it pretty firm here, only a slight amount of potential movement. Good opportunity for birdie.
Well, that's an opportunity missed after hitting her tee shot onto the green at 14. Just feels like this feature group needs a little injection of energy. They're all somewhat treading water, or going backwards in Janeth Wong's case.
Yeah, there's just nothing good happening for any of them at the moment, is there? Sometimes when your playing partner is buzzing, then that sort of drags you along with him, but it can happen on the opposite as well. When they start struggling, unfortunately, you can all struggle as well. That's tough when you take the chance with the driver, hit the green, and then you 3-putt. That's a real kick in the guts.
Wong, 2.5 feet to stay level par. Yun Su Yang, birdie putt at the par 3, 16th. She gave it a good run. So she stays one back, and it's one back of a lead held by Ariana Lau. 7 under par through 14, a blemish-free card. Move a little bit further down. Ai Goto, Achiraya Sriwong in with 70s. The Australian Reagan Denton a couple under with 1 left to play. Sumio bashing one away off the 15th tee.
She's driven the ball beautifully the last few holes, and that's another one. Smack down the middle of the fairway. Plenty on it as well.
Another opportunity here to set themselves up for a birdie. Some bunkers visually off the tee, but with how far these girls are hitting it today, they are hardly even in play.
She was a little anxious, but it's okay.
Janeth really want to try and come home strong here and steady her round and claw a few back, but of all the holes to try and do it on, some tough ones to come.
First job done on the 15th for Wong, finding the fairway. Well, we saw that slightly skew whiff approach from Lau, coming up a tier here at 15.
Going to say stop it, seriously. I thought that was, I really did think she had that. What a beautifully judged putt that was. She's definitely got the speed of the greens today.
Yang ran a birdie putt a little bit by on 16. But she tidies it up with aplomb. Joe for birdie at 15.
Beautifully holed. Needs a few more birdies. Look at that, 7. That's the one that's knocked her back today. 15th, gorgeous hole. Left-hand side is a no-no, as you can see. I think that's where we saw the horses and the fishermen, down the left-hand side of 15. Pretty narrow driving area. In fact, the further up you go, the more narrow it is. There's a slight dog leg to the left, bunker to void up that left-hand side. And then this second shot, well, it's into a two-tiered, it's a large green, it's two-tiered as well. Bunkers on either side to avoid. The pin today is on that back right, which is a tough one because you've got that right-hand bunker to negotiate and not a lot of room between the carry on that right-hand bunker and the flag. So I think a good score. 4's a good score on this hole today.
Our featured group striding down the fairway. Well, while they assess what's to come, we'll go to our leader on the 16th tee, Ariana Lau.
It seems a lot of club. 155 yards this hole today. Plays slightly uphill, admittedly, but not playing any more than 160. So I'd hazard a guess that might be a little 6 hybrid. That's pretty decent as well. Not easy to keep it on that left-hand ledge, but she's got an opportunity.
Yeah, popular spot down there in the bowl, although what are you betting if there's a pin there later in the week in the bowl? Everyone will end up on the top tier on the left. Well, a fair bit of real estate for Sophie Han to cover here on 14.
Yeah, plenty left in that one. She was so worried about that sort of hogs back there in the middle of the green. She wanted to get up through that she just forgot about the pace towards the hole. Plenty of left.
Janeth with 126 yards into this pin.
A good shot from the Malaysian.
Insa just off the fairway with 120. A good enough lie to still try and attack this pin.
And yet again, Sumin Oh, the last to play a second shot. Going in with so much more loft than her playing partners. Always a telltale sign when the eyes flicker up and down, ball to flag, you know it's online.
Yeah, beautifully played. In fact, she's really just hit form, hasn't she, after a real struggle on that front side. It's been quite an impressive turnaround.
Skaysbrook up at the 16th. Well, we heard a little earlier that she's a good dancer and she's found the dance floor there.
I like what you did there. Also wants to be world #1. That's a bold call. Brave to say it live on camera.
The tall, elegant figure of Yun So Yang.
Yeah, looks a star in the making to me, 18 years of age. Tied 4th in this event last year. This is one of your top 5 that have come back, Kim.
Sophie Han, we saw the long birdie effort boomed past. This is what she's got coming back. So a 3-putt bogey for her. Well, all 3 players in this group on 16 finding that little bowl front right, having to putt up the tier. And Skaysbrook making a pretty good fist of it. And back to the 15th green.
Yeah, Ince has got another quite tricky putt to read here, but ultimately you cannot ignore the strong right to left at the start of this.
Sometimes a bit tougher when the break comes early in a putt rather than late.
Yeah, very much so, and you've got to concentrate so much on it. Sometimes when you look down at it, you think, oh, I can't hit it that far right, but it turns straight away. That's the key. That first little bit, as you can see, exactly what it just did. When you don't give it enough, you think, I don't want to hit it that far out. It's got to stay out there. And of course, it just goes straight left off the putter face. And then you say, double guess, why I knew I shouldn't have done that. I knew it.
Joe for a much needed birdie at 16. Oh, never had the pace.
Slightly easier one to read than Ince's putt, I would have thought. Left to righter here.
Boy, does she need it. Well, she's not had many birdie putts over the last couple of hours, and that one goes by without conversion. Chen on the penultimate hole.
Another good chance for Suman here, a downhill left to righter. Don't want to give it away. It's quite firm down the left. Should trickle down to the hole.
Another chance slides by. A couple under par for the back 9-0, and the way she's played tee to green, it feels like she really should have picked up 3 or 4 birdies in this span.
Yeah, she's hit a lot of impressive shots, hasn't she, into the green, and she's driven the ball magnificently, but just hasn't really capitalised at the moment. Plenty of time.
Our leader, what has she learnt from her playing partners?
She learnt to give it some welly, didn't she? Because it was very slow up that hill. Good effort.
Yeah, she's obviously holed a lot of putts to get to 7 under par, but even the ones she hasn't holed have been good pace. They've not been far off. Now Chen to get under par. not to be. 5th start for her in this championship at just 17 years old. Well, it was a real misjudgment on the first putt for Jo. Not so on the second one, though. So yeah, that triple bogey 7, that's what's done the damage, but she's fighting.
Yang's birdie putt for a share of the lead. Nice to get to 7 under. Oh, it's an aggressive putt. It's a beauty. Gosh, she's impressive, isn't she? Really, we've seen some impressive players come out of this championship in the past. 4 major winners, Kit. 4 major winners on the LPGA and a world #1 have won this tournament.
Yeah, I think that 4 major winners will become 5 very quickly.
Well, you would think so,
I can't
would
see
you
us
not?
getting through this year without Gino Titicum winning a major. Of course, the 4 that have played in this tournament: Yuka Saso, Patti Tavatanakit, Ayaka Furue and Grace Kim.
That one just leaked a little bit right. Yeah, that's just the, well, bog standard where everybody's hitting it today. That putt is not easy.
Beautiful striking hole here at the 16th with the trio of bunkers down the left. Not really in play, they look a bit closer from the tee than they actually are to the green. Suman hitting a 7-iron into that green.
Yeah, a few blades of grass thrown up into the air from Wong, just trying to ascertain what the wind's doing, and it does swirl around this Royal Wellington layout.
Six-iron in here for Janine.
So another one just favouring the right-hand side. I'll have a little bet with you here, Trish and Hannah Ray. I think this is going to go to the right of the green as well.
It's always nice to have someone that sticks their neck on the line, isn't it? Last of the big spenders, you.
I'm just trying to tempt her into going for it.
I'll make you right, to be fair.
You can absolutely understand why they aren't going at it with that bunker lurking left, though. I tell you what, if she'd have hit the right club, that might have stayed up on that top tier. It was only a hair right of it.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure she caught all of that, but yeah.
So Yang and Lau lead the way at 7 under par. Sophie Han, second at 15, off a slight downslope.
Beautifully played. Got a really good action, this kid. Very impressive.
Our joint leader. 2 holes to go.
Yeah, no fear. Great to see as well. I mean, the young players, obviously they shouldn't have any fear, but the driver comes out all the time. It's not the most the narrowest of golf courses, in all honesty, but it's good to see length plays such a huge part in both the women's and the men's games these days. Get it out there as far as you can. You'll have a massive advantage.
And what a view that is out over the course here. Mountains in the background. We're in the valley alongside the Hutt River. And this is a layout, you can see it's tree lined. It's pretty equitable in terms of the test of the game. Of course, there's an advantage for hitting it further, but you can't just overpower and bomb it on this course. Every facet of your game needs to be working. Unfortunately, not the case for Anchuk Lee today at 3 over par.
No, I think this part of the game is probably one of the most important on this golf course as well. I'm not sure the TV does it justice, quite how undulating these greens are. And also paramount to get it on the right side and the right tier of a lot of these pins as well to give yourself a decent chance.
Yeah, tough day at the office for Lay. Yet to record a birdie out there.
Insa has been having a very good look at this shot and has just given her caddy back her 2 wedge options and is choosing to go with the putter. Plenty of work left to the pin, quite a steep uphill, and flattens out closer towards the pin.
Absolutely critical how well this rolls through the first few feet through that fairway grass.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of players use the putter from quite a distance off of the greens. I'm quite surprised at that. Just a little bit too much pace, wasn't it? Good line. Had every chance if it was just a tad softer.
And for birdie at 15 to move to 3 under. A bogey on her previous hole halted her momentum, but it will be a par here. And back to the 16th green we go, and Wong with her birdie effort hasn't picked up a birdie since the 6th.
No, and she's not going to pick one up with that tentative putting stroke. The back 9 has all been about being on the back foot, wasn't it? Unfortunately, got off to a flyer this morning. But for her back 9, which is obviously the front 9. No, I don't know what I'm talking about there. It's not at all. Sorry. Talking rubbish.
Yeah, it has been a 2-tee start out there, but these ladies started on 1, so getting towards the end of their rounds. Well, Sumino has missed at least 2 putts that you'd have fancied her to hole for birdie on this back 9. This one you probably wouldn't back her to, but maybe she will. Sometimes it's a funny old game.
And sometimes not.
I gave that the big build-up then. She wasn't going to leave it short.
Lau second at 17. Now she has not put a foot wrong. Oh, please. Commentators curse. Don't go right in the... Well, she hadn't put a foot wrong. Sorry, my apologies. Should never say those things, especially as the ball's in mid-air.
Well, we've not seen much of her short game today. Her long game has been so good. We'll get to see it there. Final hole is a par 5, the 18th. Yang has waited for the green to clear and she'll be having a pop with her second shot.
Well, that just depends on the lie, because actually that's a pretty, if it's in a decent lie, that's a pretty straightforward up and down. She won't be too disappointed with that as long as it's not in any trouble.
Over par.
So you know it was worth having a go at it, wasn't it?
Always a lot easier to be aggressive with the first putts if you're confident on those 4 5-footers. Oh, Zhou, fourth shot, she's already had one go and left it in there. It was a plugged lie we're hearing for the first bunker shot.
Wong's par putt, just from 3 feet. Yep. Walk that one in.
Well, it's become a bit of a battle out there for Janeth Wong, and she went up against our quick fire questions earlier this week.
From Malaysia. Pocket dynamite. I think it's just because I'm small and I play pretty good golf, I guess. Marking the ball right before the day before the tournament, just so that I actually remember that I do it, so it doesn't cause me any stress the next day. Probably Coldplay. I don't know, his songs are just really good, I guess. Oh, city, probably Tokyo. I love Japan. Asian food, probably hot pot. Just playing with the top amateurs in the world and traveling all around Asia to play on the LPGA tour one day. Probably make it even bigger, I guess. Now that my family's here, probably have a big celebration with them.
17. What a hole this is from the back tee as well. Do you know what? It reminds me of the 18th tee at Augusta. I know that sounds a little bit probably impressive, but it does. It's a real shoot little area. And anyway, it does widen up about 100 yards off the tee. That bunker on the right-hand side is right in the ballpark, 256. So you've got to lay up short of that. And the green, well, it's like a pear-shaped. And that bunker on the right-hand side definitely comes into play today because you've got to pitch it straight over the top of it to a back pin. Beautiful hole. Really is very well designed. One of my favourite holes on the course.
Well, we saw the leader Lau go long and left. Can she show us some wedge game wizardry?
Well, I think the answer to your question is yes, she can. Is there anything she can't do? That was beautifully judged, wasn't it? Really had to be perfect with that, the landing area. Judged to perfection. You would never know she's 7 under, would you?
Lowest round ever in this championship's a 63. That was Rianne Maliksi in 2024. So if she pops that one in and eagles the last, she could tie it. Like you said, I'm a glass half full kind of guy.
You certainly are. You certainly are. That's not easy being a Liverpool fan at the moment either.
Well, we made it quite a long way without mentioning football, so thank you.
That's all right. Got away with that one. Plenty of time. 3 more days yet.
Don't peak too soon. So Wong just going with the fairway metal here. Do you like that play?
Yeah, it's only a short hole. Really is. You've just got to put it in the right position. probably just feels like that. It's quite claustrophobic, this tee shot, believe you me. Just get it going straight off the club face. That's all you need to do. That one's out to the right a little bit, but I'll probably be okay. Yeah, it's fine.
So Yang and Lau at 7 under, just putting the finishing touches to their rounds here at the Women's Amateur Asia Pacific.
Wow. Well, she's given that some, some welly. Oh, what a shot that is. What an absolute perler to finish with on 18. Well, she gave it everything. Oh, it's got to bring a smile to her face, surely.
Well, after Joe's travails in the sand, this to just drop one shot. Yeah, disappointing day at the office. Here we go, Yang with the bunker shot. We can't quite see the lie, but if she holds it, it would tie the championship scoring record.
Didn't look too bad alive. You could sound from the connection it couldn't have been too difficult, but it's pretty, maybe 5 out of 10 for that one.
Allowed to stay in that share of the lead with Yang. Just having a little look at the scoring average out there today. Obviously, we've seen a lot of good golf and a couple of 7 unders, a 5 under, a couple of 4 unders. But the course past 72, averaging 74.68. So it's not a pushover. We're just seeing some really good golf from some really good players at the top of this leaderboard.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, and there's always some superstars to come out of this particular event. Don't doubt there'll be a handful, at least a handful of LPGA players from these youngsters. And a lot of them are very young still as well. They really are, but already almost like seasoned veterans, aren't they, the way they play the game? It's very impressive to watch.
Yeah, 18, Ariana Lau's almost a veteran in this field.
Well, we said if she doesn't win, she'll be turning pro. You wouldn't bet against her at the moment. She's put in very impressive display today. Everything's been bang on. And even when she did miss a green, beautiful up and down at the last.
Well, it is possible to get on here in 2. Chen hit a wonderful shot in, right to left for the eagle. I think she just knew she'd given it a little bit too much to the right.
Quite a contrast of tee shots here at 17. We've got Janeth with a really tricky angle in, 130 out, in contrast to Suman's absolute bomb that you may have missed, which is only 54 yards short of the green. Easily the longest drive of the day.
Hello, did she carry that bunker in front of her there? Did she actually carry that with her drive?
Her alignment was pretty on point. She manages to go in between them pretty much with the bounce.
Yeah, that was a good shot. Pretty unlucky, actually. Probably thought she would just get a little hop forward straight down to that flag.
Yeah, that was a great shot there from Janeth, given where she was. So Suman, after that bomb of a drive, has only got 54 yards left to the pin, and so she's taken out any need to be worried about which side of the fairway she's coming in on. Obviously needs to be aware of the big slope coming off the right hand bunker there, but we'll see if I imagine she's just going to chuck this up there and throw a bit of a dart for the 54 yards that she's got left.
342 yards this hole playing today, so just shy of 300 off the tee.
Yeah, pretty good. Those last two were excellently played.
Yang to birdie the last and shoot 64 and grab the outright lead. Of course she does. It's been majestic on the back nine. Well, it's been majestic pretty much the whole day, but really came alive on the inward half.
Blemish free as well, always very impressive. 8 birdies is one thing, but to make no bogeys as well, very impressed with this young lady's game.
Tied 4th last year and right in the mix again. Han at 16.
Yeah, she's got great hands. She really has. You can see how much in all her golf swing she uses the hands. She knew she'd be a really good bunker player. Played that beautifully.
I don't know what they're worried about missing left into that bunker there on 16. Might as well fly straight at the flag.
You'd be worried, I tell you that.
So here we go. Ariana Lau now 1 behind. But an eagle to go 1 ahead and tie the championship record, and she can get on from here. Or not. Wow, I'm really surprised that she was so far back there off the tee.
Yeah, I don't think she hit a great drive, but I think the Yang is a long hitter. Is a really long hitter, so a little bit of distance between the two. Yeah.
Yeah, tee moved up there, 484 yards that's playing today. So yeah, must have really caught that tee shot not as well. Oh well, she'll just have to hold that third shot from the fairway. Then.
Here we go.
Wong's already 2-putted for par down here on the 17th. And it will be Sumin Oh to have a go for her birdie first. Deserves another one to drop, really.
Yeah, she's hit some very impressive shots on this back nine, but just really hasn't. Maybe they weren't necessarily in the right positions, but hasn't converted many of them at all. She just keeps doing the same thing, same pre-shot routine with her putting. Hopefully this one firm, slightly right to left, be aggressive. Yeah, well done, really good, really good. Lots of game. Sumino, obviously runner-up last year, but she looks a cool customer.
Yeah, much more like it on the back nine, moves to a couple under. She will be able to reach the 18th. She could finish off with a birdie. You sense the momentum, the way she's swinging the golf club. You know, she's going to be a few shots back tonight, but you wouldn't bet against her making a charge tomorrow.
No, and then very impressive, isn't it? Because she was really struggling early on. And for a player, a young player especially, to be struggling like that and to find their game and then to turn it all around is, yeah, but it's not that easy.
Great chance for Insa Choi to get back to level par.
Okay, just maybe cut across that a fraction, but got the job done. Delighted with that.
A wry smile for her first birdie of the back nine. Now coming towards the closing stages of the opening day of the 8th Women's Amateur Asia Pacific. And Yun So Yang in with a 64. Ariana Lau in the fairway in 2 shots at the par 5 finishing hole, so if she can get up and down from there, she'll tie her. Sophie Han went on a nice little run through the middle of the round, but she's at a couple under now. And Su Min Oh, highest ranked player in the field, part of our featured group, also a couple under. And here is Lau.
Now, after a perfect layup, as Kit clearly told you, was now allowed just out to the right-hand side a fraction, but a very good opportunity.
Well, it's been a great day of golf, but clearly 2 standout players. Ariana Lau, this was her second shot at the 7th. She was a couple under at this point, and that would make it 3.
Yeah, and this was her birdie putt down the 11th, the par 3, and it was never missing, was it? From the moment she hit it, beautifully judged. Nice little fist pump there.
Up at 13, she found the little bowl with her approach and found the bottom of the cup with her putt.
And on 14, another absolute beauty. Just got the speed of the greens perfectly.
And Yun So Yang, our leader, she was out in 2 under par. Got the back nine going in fine style with this birdie at 10.
This was from the perfect position, her second at the 13th. All over the flag. Left it, just perfect position.
Hard 14, another wonderful approach into 15 on a rock-steady putting stroke. Found the centre of the cup.
This was her birdie putt at 17, right to left up the hill. Perfect pace. Yet another one.
And she completed her back nine avalanche of birdies with this one at 18. 6 of them on the inward half. Home in 30 for a 64. But this lady, Ariana Lau, has a chance to match that 64 with a birdie putt upcoming on 18. 36 in the World Amateur Golf Rankings, the lady from Hong Kong, China.
It's actually really hard to believe that you're watching amateurs, isn't it? In all honesty, it just feels like you're watching a pro tournament, and players are so good. So professional as well. You know, they make such few, I mean, obviously, you know, we're watching the players at the very top, but they make so few sort of mental errors more than anything else. Very aggressive, which is great to watch. Obviously, at young age, you should be aggressive, but yeah, it really is very well. And like I say, we're watching the next bunch of superstars, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, no doubt whatsoever there will be players from this field who become fixtures on our television screens in the years to come on the Ladies European Tour, LPGA as well, and no doubt the majors also. So Ariana Lau for birdie at 18 to tie the lead and shoot 64.
Unlucky, just didn't start it far enough right. Could have had a tad more pace, but what a round of golf that is. Very impressive indeed.
Yeah, she'll be delighted with that start, despite not birdieing the last part of her final 4 holes, but again a blemish-free scorecard, 65, and she's tucked in 1 shot off the lead. A lead held by Korea's Yoon Seo Yang, an 8 under par 64. Somewhat remarkably, no Korean player has won this tournament to date in the 7 that we've had. She's in pole position. Sojin Park as well, tucked in with an opening 67. Top ranked player in the field, Soo Min Oh, a couple under with 1 hole to play. She can reach the 18th, good chance to pick up another shot. As we said a little earlier, the way she's been swinging on this back 9, if that putter can warm up, she'll be there or thereabouts. Janeth Wong, defending champion, was 4 under through 6 today, but she's struggled since then. Level par, as is Insa Choi, a top-ranked New Zealander here at Royal Wellington. And we move down into those who haven't broken par today. These ladies will be having a little look over the shoulder, worrying about the cut over the weekend. But it's been a brilliant opening day's play at the Women's Amateur Asia Pacific.